I just went on a ride on my bike. A lady hit me. I flew in the air and she drove off. My arm was hanging on by like a thread of muscle. I survived a hit and run. The crazy thing about the accident is I don't actually have any memory from the whole entire day. The doctor told me it happens a lot with very traumatic experiences. There was actually a bunch of eyewitnesses in the area, which were able to tell the police what happened. And there's also cameras. I was just in the flow of traffic, and I'm going on a straight road. A lady simply made an illegal turn, coming the opposite way. She hit me, and she drove off. My arm was hanging on by like a thread of muscle. My shoulder was so destroyed, they didn't really have any chance to save my arm. The bald spot here, my skull was fractured. Thank God, no brain injuries. My foot right here, it was split open, so my tendons were kind of just hanging out. I had some rib fractures as well. The first thing I really remember was waking up in a hospital bed. I didn't even notice my arm at first, and then it started to set in really deep. I was like, wow, I really don't have an arm. I almost thought it was a dream. I didn't really believe it at first. The first few days were really, really hard. I cried a lot. That first week, I cried more than I've ever cried. I was in the hospital for 1 month. I was on so much medicine, so I really have a lot of foggy memories in the first week or two. I couldn't picture at first like what a life would be like without an arm. It seemed like, wow, you're not complete anymore. You're not gonna be able to do so many things. You're not gonna be able to ride a bike again. Even giving someone a hug, you can't do. And then over the next couple of weeks, I kind of was able to calm down and realize like, you know, it's not the end of the world. I lost my mother at 4, so I learned at a young age that you can't control what happens. The only thing you can do is accept it and live the absolute best life you can. So moving forward, I could choose to be sad, you know, and hurt like I was at first, but that's just gonna prolong the suffering. The hardest part was just learning how to deal with pain and learning to do things with one arm. The pain, it hasn't went away, but I've gotten used to it. And you kind of learn to be friends with pain and just let it be by your side at all times. Before my accident, I was buying and selling motorcycles and also working in a warehouse putting car seats together. I lost my job. The lady that caused this, she kind of changed my whole life. She watched a man like literally dying on the ground and drove off. I just wanted to be found simply so I can get the justice, as in getting another arm, as well as, you know, paying for my medicine, my physical therapy that my insurance doesn't cover. I 100% will be on a bike again, if not in the next few months, in the next couple of years. It depends how fast the healing journey goes. A lot of people that are gonna see this are gonna be like, what? That makes no sense. I know it sounds crazy. Me getting on a bike again, even though it almost took my life. In the end, it wasn't the bike's fault, and it wasn't my fault. It's something I love to do. I don't see any reason to be afraid of it. This accident made me appreciate life maybe 100 times more than before. I could be sitting in a hospital bed still, and I'm not. I'm sitting here smiling, happy, nothing's wrong. I'm gonna live however long I live with no arm, so why would I live sad, you know? I am seen. Are you?